they're trying to portray a character that is imposing and intimidating, but also has a lot of elegance. Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and today we're gonna listen to and talk about Champion Cynthia's theme from Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I'm told this is not the battle theme, but actually the theme that plays when you meet Cynthia. So I've played Pokémon Diamond a million years ago, but I don't remember anything. I'm curious to see if I will remember this one at all. Let's go! Oh wow! God, this is not what I expected at all. This sounds so classical. So many notes. Okay, so right off the bat, hold up. This, like right off the bat, first of all, I don't remember this at all. Second of all, they are clearly trying to portray Cynthia here as someone with some sort of dignity and class and sophistication, because this totally sounds like a piano concerto. This sounds like, you know, a cadenza. Do you know what a cadenza is? A cadenza in classical music was usually in concertos, which is like a genre, like a type of piece of music. Someone playing a piano, for example, if it's a piano concerto, in a cadenza, the person playing the piano would have like a little moment of spotlight just for them, so they can like fully express their virtuosic ability in that instrument. So usually all the other instruments would go quiet and the pianist would just go crazy playing a billion notes. It was really just a show of virtuosic playing, and it seems like this is what they're doing here, not only because they're playing a million notes, but also the harmony, the kinds of intervals and kinds of patterns that they're doing are very reminiscent of like romantic piano concertos or even classical piano concertos. Check this out. Listen to the harmony in this part here. Listen to how classical it sounds. I'm actually just gonna play the bass. It's gonna make the harmony sound clearer to you. Check this out. Can you hear how classical it sounds? There's a lot of emphasis on this interval here, on this two notes here, right? That's what I was talking about. It's not only simply a piano concerto kind of cadenza simply because there's a billion notes. The harmony is very on point as well, and it's clearly reminiscent of romantic concertos. So in classical and romantic music, they used to use very obvious chords. It's not always, of course, this is a generalization, but usually if they're gonna build tension, they're gonna use the most obvious tension building chord, like this, right? And if they're gonna resolve this tension, they're gonna use the most obvious chord to resolve that tension, like this. So with that, you get that signature classical music sound, almost like a caricature of classical music, right? So that's what they're doing a lot here. See? Right? They keep emphasizing these very obvious classical music like resolutions. And also you probably noticed that this is probably even more obvious than the classical music resolution thing, but you probably noticed this even unconsciously. Check this out. Do you recognize this? It seems to me like they're referencing a very popular kind of phrase in classical / romantic music, and it's this kind of phrase of short, 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 long, short, 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 long. Short, 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 long, short, short, long, short, 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 long. It sounds funny, but there's a song in classical music with this exact kind of phrasing that you know. Do you recognize this? Short, 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 long, short, 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 long. This entire piece here seems to be very, very, very inspired by Beethoven and other piano concertos of that era. And this kind of short, 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 long pattern is all over this piece. And it's something that, to my knowledge, was started by Beethoven, and a lot of other people started doing that at the time and to this day to invoke that kind of imposing, very kind of forte, intense feeling of Beethoven concertos. Check this out. Yeah, see, even here at the beginning, there's the short, 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 long pattern. It's all over this piece. It seems, you know what? I don't remember Cynthia's personality. I remember her image. I remember her being like a blonde, like serious kind of woman. I don't remember her personality, but judging by this music, man, they're really trying to portray her as intimidating, I think, because this sounds imposing. This music sounds imposing, sounds like there's class to it, like there's a level of authority to it. Pay attention again to the short, 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 long patterns here. See? And another thing, this is so cool, man. You know what? I think somebody told me, the person that recommended this song to me told me that this song plays when you get to her. I think in the Elite Four battle, so it's probably before her battle. So it makes sense that this is so imposing and intense, and mimicking Beethoven is a perfect choice for this, because another kind of a Beethoven mannerism that is in this is this very forte, very strong, insistent notes in the, especially in the bass. Check this out. Bam, 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 bam. Listen to how he's just hammering with like full strength these notes. This is a very Beethoven thing. You know, I don't know if it's true, I was not there, but I've heard that Beethoven started developing this very forceful style of playing with super strong notes like this and insistent notes, because his hearing was degenerating. He was losing his hearing, so he needed to play the notes super strongly so that he could hear them, and sometimes he would insist on a single note for a long time so that he could hear the note and feel that note. And man, that kind of insistence, that kind of power in the notes gives the song such a kind of a fearsome quality that I think it probably fits Cynthia very well. And it's really cool too that while this sounds super imposing and intimidating, right? There's also so much class to this, man. There's so much dignity, and I think that probably says a lot about Cynthia, right? They're trying to portray a character that is imposing and intimidating and has her strength, but also has a lot of elegance, a lot of class. This track was suggested on Patreon by Damien. Hooray, Damien! And I'll be honest with you guys, I probably wouldn't have heard this track if it wasn't for Damien, just because it's a tiny track and usually I like to make longer videos. But the cool thing about having Patreon is that you can suggest whatever you want. So if you have a track that is important to you, do like Damien, go on Patreon, share that track with me so that I can share it with the world. And remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.